Hey everybody, how's it going? This is H&D Abroad. Want to wish you all a happy Juneteenth. Good to see you all today. Hope everybody's had an opportunity to enjoy this beautiful federal holiday. This is a special day, and we wanted to take some time to share a little bit how we are learning to explore and appreciate the holiday that is Juneteenth. Here on H&D Abroad, we like to share our personal experience of planning to move abroad so that other Black couples can see moving abroad as a plan A. We want to help by doing that through our research, through the increase of generational wealth, and by healthy living. So if that sounds good to you, sounds like it's your thing, we ask you to like this video as always, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so that you always know when we are going live. This was a little fun. This is me taking an opportunity to show a little bit of the cooking abilities that I've been given, and to also express our appreciation for this holiday. For those who don't know about Juneteenth, June 19th, 1865, in Galveston, Texas, the last enslaved Black people were set free by the federal agents 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation had been put in place. And they celebrate that every year in Galveston, and it's become a holiday across the country, and Blacks are celebrating it around the world. So Dee and I took some time off today to celebrate our heritage and spend some time, and we wanted to share a little something, have a little fun, and also give me a chance to experience, express myself on camera with my cooking skills. One of the important colors of Juneteenth is the color red. There's red drink, there's strawberries, there's what a lot of people know, red velvet cake, and one of the really important foods that came with enslaved people from Africa, the watermelon. So we decided to make a little something here for you today. First, I want to take a chance to say hey to Black Women Build Wealth. Hey, Sam, good to see you. Hey, the Abex girl. Hey, Natural Alley D. It's good to have you all here. All right, so I'm trying a few things out. Make sure you all tell me if you can't hear me or not, all right? I'm adding my other screen in. All right. All right, so first, our main ingredient. And I'm outside, so I will be fighting a little bit of nature here. The first main ingredient we have is, of course, our watermelon. The gentleman was selling watermelons on the roadside, and we picked up one, and this was a beautiful watermelon. I pre-diced it so we would kind of cut some time. This was actually a seeded watermelon. I tend to, unseeded watermelons are really great because they're easy, but I think seeded watermelons still are juicier and sweeter in their natural state. So this is our watermelon. We're going to put it to the side, and then we'll prepare the other ingredients that are going to go into the watermelon. Hold on one second. Camera's trying to. Computer's acting up on me. Oh, so today I am making a watermelon salsa. It's a nice side to any of the great meal that you can have. And as I said, watermelon is the main ingredient, obviously. So we'll start off here with our cucumber. I'm going to add a little bit of, this is an English cucumber. So English cucumbers have, the seeds are more edible. They don't, bite back like big cucumbers do. They are, I think, a little more in taste, a little less watery. So that's what I'm using here as an English cucumber. I don't need the whole thing, so I'm going to use half of it. All right. So I always give this lesson. Knife cutting. Where's that camera? Knife cutting. When cutting with a knife, a lot of us, we learn to cut with a knife like this. Proper way to hold the knife is to have your hand to the top of the knife and to grip the blade. To grip the blade like that. All right, so that your finger is underneath the grip of the handle and you're gripping the blade. And the reason that is because it creates some stability with the knife versus here where knives can wobble and cause damage. So safety is a big thing. All right, so we're going to cut up our cucumber. And since I diced the watermelon, I'm going to dice the cucumber as well. So I'm cutting it into planks and just cutting chunks with the cucumber like that. All right. And keeping it as uniform as possible helps to create a better bite when you're eating. It allows for a more enjoyable experience when you don't have to fight the fact that now in some cases I like things to be a little larger than the other. So, you know, when I'm sauteing, sometimes I like my onions and peppers to be big chunks, depending on the dish that I'm making. But we're going to keep these pretty small. We're using less cucumber, less of these other ingredients, because we still want the watermelon to be the star of the dish. Next, we have some red onion. I'm using... I like the sweetness that is a red onion. It is probably one of my favorite onions overall. Okay, I cut off the ends, and then you can peel back the paper. Now, sometimes people like take off that first layer. As you can see there, sometimes it can be a little papery as well, so I'll take that off. But I would say don't throw those pieces away. Put them in a bag and save them when you have a lot of pieces like carrots and mushroom stems and things like that. And throw them, carrot tops, pieces, you know, the ends of carrots and stuff like that. Celery, throw them in a freezer bag. When you're ready, throw them in some water, add a little salt, and they become a natural vegetable broth. You control the salt level. All you do is add an herb like thyme or rosemary, and you got a broth that's ready just from the scraps, and you reduce the waste that you have. All right, so we're cutting some slim slices on the onion. We're not going to use all because we don't need that much onion. We just want a little tartness from the onion. And I'm just cutting it in stacked around the rings, which will give us a little bit of, you know, light chop around the outside. All right. And I'm just turning the ring of the onion around, which creates, you know, our dice. I'm cutting the onion smaller because you want it to be a smaller bite, since it can be kind of acidic in taste. All right. So our onion and our cucumber. I'm using also a little bit of bell pepper. This is a orange bell pepper, so a little bit of color contrast. So right up at the top, right past the top, that's usable. You just got a little bit of stem. Then slice right down. Let's see if I'm in the camera well. Slice right down past the membrane. You reduce how much membrane you have there in the bell pepper. I'm going to take 2 pieces off of there. Again, holding the knife, just some julienne slices. Turn them sideways, and we're going to dice them about the size of the onion. So watch your fingers, keep your fingers curved. These give texture. The watermelon is a little soft, so these things will provide a little texture that the juiciness and the softness of the watermelon to contrast with that. All right, so I'm going to do this one skin side down. You can see the difference. depending on your knife. You want a very sharp knife. Sharp knives make less work. Yes, they can be dangerous, but you learn to be careful with your knife, and you make this process go a little easier, which makes less work for you. Also, holding the knife correctly, holding the knife with that grip, reduces the work that you put on your hand, on your wrist. It takes away how much pressure you have to put, which can cause problems with cutting in your wrist area. All right, so we'll cut up the rest of our bell pepper. All right, good. All right, and finally, jalapeno. Spice levels, jalapeno obviously can be optional. I think peppers, especially spice peppers, are important to making a good salsa. A lot of times people are scared of peppers because of the heat. The heat in peppers comes from the seeds and the membrane. Good, they're spraying the mosquitoes. So we're going to take off, push that back. We're going to take off the stem, and then we're going to cut it in half. All right, inside you can see, put it where you can see. Inside you can see the membranes and the seeds. In peppers, especially hot peppers, this is where the heat is. And you can take this heat out. I'm going to take a little bit out, but I want to leave some in because I want there to be a little bit of heat contrast to the sweetness of the watermelon. So I'm going to cut it in half here. And I'm simply standing it up and taking that membrane and seeds out. Just right down there like that. And I'm going to move that off the board. If you are used to using hot peppers, use gloves. Okay, because the acid in there can get on your hands. You do not want to transfer that to your eyes or your skin. So I'm going to use this whole jalapeno, but I'm going to take the seeds off of this half. All right, so I'm going to cut it into strips, just like with the bell pepper. Get out of here. I'm cutting the seeds and membrane and all on this half. And then just going to dice it up. Smaller, so again, the bite isn't a big spicy bite, unless of course you like it like that. This is your choice, you do you. All right, so those are jalapeno. All right, so once that's done, we bring our watermelon back. Get our camera a little better there. All right, there we go. We bring our watermelon back. I'm just going to place these things to the side. I'm going to bring my board a little closer to me. All right, get that all in there. You can see those beautiful colors in there. Give me 1 second. You see all those lovely colors in there. All right. I'm missing an ingredient here. Where is it? I'm going to ask my lovely assistant to bring my cilantro. I forgot my cilantro. While she's doing that, I'm going to just cover that up because our friends are trying to get to it. I'm going to cut us a lime. Lime juice is for acidity. So I'm going to squeeze the whole lime in. That lime juice really brightens it. I'm from Florida, so these flavors here, they really make me happy. A little lime. Come on. All of that lime juice in there. And the acid and the sweet go together. So we have the basics of cooking are salt, fat, acid, heat, and umami. And in here, we're going to add a little bit of salt. This is some pink salt. Stay there. Add some salt. Not much, just enough to kind of bring out the flavor of that a little bit. Hold on 1 second, gonna get that cilantro. All right, I guess we don't get into the cilantro today. No problem. I like cilantro because cilantro adds a citrusy, herby, right? A lot of people don't like cilantro because they said it creates a bit of a soapy taste in their mouth. You can replace that with mint, any kind of other herbs that you like that are fresh that will brighten the vegetables. All right, so we're going to mix that. Come on. Mixing that all the way through. Cilantro. Ah, there we are. The boss has come to save the day. Here we go. Cutting up some cilantro, some fresh cilantro. Again, if you don't like cilantro, replace it with mint or thyme or any other fresh herb that you like. I have the stems on here. In a lot of vegetables, people don't realize the stems a lot of times carry most of the flavor. Carrot tops, celery tops, they carry a lot of the real flavor of it. So we're going to rough chop this cilantro. Also called coriander in other countries because it is the leaf part of the coriander plant. So when you're using coriander, ground coriander, that's just the seed part, and cilantro is the leaf part of the coriander plant. All right, I like all of that. I'm gonna use all of that. Again, we're gonna mix that in. And then, as you should in all settings, we're going to give it a little bit of a taste. Oh yeah, that's good. And then when you're serving, you find yourself a pretty bowl. And just pour all that goodness into a pretty bowl. This can be served on the side of some stewed fish or some fried fish. It can be served with any kind of roasted meats with that, or something as simple as what you would do with any salsa, a little tortilla chip. So I'm going to call the boss out. And she's going to tell y'all whether or not it was worth it, whether or not I did a good job. Come on around here. Don't hide from the good people. You got your Pan-African colors on today.
Hola, family. Mm-hmm. Okay. Shucks.
Mm-hmm. I'm showing them people what you're doing so they don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you said show them?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I did that.
Oh, that's good. Nice heat, nice acidity. Probably going to add a pinch more salt just to bring out the cucumber and the other vegetables. Just enough, not too much. And it's juicing. The salt also draws moisture out of it, so it's juicing really well. If you look right down there in the bottom of the bowl, you can see all that lovely juice. And the fact that the truth is, you can take this, blend it up in the blender, and it's the beginning of a good drink too. So, thoughts?
I'd probably have a little bit more lime.
I probably would too.
And I'd like a little more heat.
Okay.
Well, you know, I like spicy anyway. What I love about this dish is the colors. So just from a nutritional standpoint, the more colors you add, the colors are cancer fighting. The watermelon is hydrating. So it is as good or better than Gatorade and some of your other, so if you're outside, this is a great dish. You want to make sure you keep it cool, so you don't leave it out for a long time, because fruit and vegetables, raw fruit and vegetables can go rancid really quickly.
Absolutely.
And always find a way to add an herb, because herbs are also a part of the an elevated health level. So yeah, we were intentionally adding different colors, but also the herb it's like it elevates a dish. I know your new favorite herb is thyme.
Right.
So find ways to slowly incorporate that into your meals, not only because it makes a beautiful dish, but because it is so yummy. Now you're making me want.
In these natural settings, I don't usually recommend sugar, but you could drizzle a little honey over the top of it, especially local honey. No.
That date syrup.
And that's true. I don't know.
Balsamic.
You can use balsamic. I would use balsamic. I don't know if I would use the lime if you use balsamic, but balsamic would definitely would brighten it up, would give it a little bit of acidity. So you can change your types of acidity. You can change the type of vinegars you use. You could use lemon instead of lime. All those acidities. You could actually take those out and add a little bit of tomato. Tomato is an acid fruit, and add to that. And it would give you could take the cucumber out and add, there's different ways to do that. You could take the vegetables out, the cucumbers, and add blueberries. We have some fresh strawberries in here. This is a versatile salsa. You can eat it as a salad even. But that's our little bit of something for today. You got some compliments on your lovely outfit.
Thank you. I know Natural Ally D would have a lot to be able to tell us about these beautiful colors and the medicinal, the medicinal impact of it. So if she wants to drop a little bit of that in there in the comments today, y'all, this is quick. It is simple. It is refreshing. I'm ready to add some food to this. Like, I'm thinking about making cauliflower tacos.
Oh yeah, go and roast those right now.
Yeah, let's roast some cauliflower tacos because I need to live my best vegan life out here. So, all right.
We wish you a happy Juneteenth.
Absolutely.
We'll see you soon.
Bye, y'all.